Hey, what's going on, you guys? Jay here, and welcome back to the channel. It's looking overly bullish out there at the moment. My entire portfolio is looking very green. And what I want to say to everybody is if you're making gains at this moment in time, good for you. You prepared correctly. You did all of the right things leading up to this point. And if you are not able to really profit off of what is currently happening, if you don't have any dry powder, you should really take a step back and maybe spend a weekend thinking about how you can better position yourself in the future so you do have dry powders for situations like this, because the ultimate situation really is the bulls have fought off the bears. This has been a substantial bear market that we've been going through. Now we're going to be doing some price analysis. We'll take a look at the broader market, but before we do, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment on the way out, hit the notifications bell to stay informed. And there are a lot of liquidations in the market. As you can imagine, a lot of people were probably betting on that scenario where the bears really fought through. They got the market to go downwards. We saw that inverse cup and handle actually play out. We've seen the opposite, and this is going to lead to a lot more bullish momentum. There's going to be a lot of mindsets that now go from this bearish mindset, this mindset that we're going to be going down and really betting on the market to go downwards. They're probably going to start betting on the market going upwards. And again, this is going to lead us to more gains in the future. Now, I'm a little bit unsure on what gold's going to do, whether it's going to hold its position, whether it's going to have a substantial dump, or if it's going to continue running. The one thing we want to be aware of here in the cryptocurrency community is the correlation between gold price going crazy, running up to all-time highs, and really the price of BTC stagnating during those times. If you weigh out and really look at the dates of when gold started running, when BTC really started to cool off, we saw this momentum, this loss, we saw this dip downwards. These are all of the things that are going to give you key indications, because if you can start to find all of these different patterns in the market, well, then you can start to figure out, like we have on the channel recently, and it's not always going to be like this. Things could change in the future, but if gold price continues to go upwards, if we continue to see more all-time highs, well, yeah, Bitcoin price is probably going to stagnate a little bit as people start to wonder, should they go into something with more security, more stability? Now, with security and stability and gold and the stocks, the financial market, there's a lot of regulation there, and there's just not much here in the crypto sector, but it is arriving. It is coming. It's on the broader horizon. Before we get onto that and we really just look at some key bits of information you should probably pay attention to, and I'll leave links to it in the description. The agreement between, I know, right? The agreement between Ripple and the SEC has been filed at this point, and there is talks of it being paid in XRP. Are we going to see that happen? I'm a little bit unsure. I'm a little bit 50-50 at this moment in time, because we've got this agreement being filed. We've got all of this buzz, this momentum behind XRP at the moment. And then Morgan Stanley comes out and saying they're considering Ripple as a leading international payment alternative to Swift. Well, if it is going to be this leading international payment alternative, why wouldn't they be able to pay all of the fines and fees and whatever it ends up as? Why can't they do that in XRP? Why can't that happen? Why can't it be processed even through RLUSD? These are all of the things that I'm looking at. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of positive momentum out there when it comes to Ripple, XRP, and RLUSD, especially with this regulation that's coming in thick and fast. Coins like XRP, RLUSD are regulated. They are determined as cryptocurrencies. Now in Europe, this is something that's been brewing for a while, but there's supposed to be a ban coming in on anonymous crypto accounts and privacy coins by 2027. I think this is detrimental because it's one of these kind of laws that are going to be coming in that really doesn't look at the landscape, which is digital assets, blockchain technology, decentralized infrastructure, and it doesn't take that into account. It's not a situation where people choose to be anonymous. It's a situation where the blockchain that they're using or utilizing works in a decentralized manner, and anything that's truly decentralized is going to remain decentralized for the indefinite future. So I'm a little bit unsure on how the market would react to a major ban on these anonymous crypto accounts and privacy coins, because effectively this covers a very broad horizon. It's a very broad in terminology. And again, this is going to be something that could affect a lot of people. People might decide to leave their home countries because a lot of their assets are in a decentralized wallet, an anonymous wallet. There's not going to be a way for you at that moment in time to legally claim ownership of your crypto assets. If I was to say, look, how could this end up in the future? Well, it's going to be bad. It's not going to be good for business. It's not going to look good outside the front of a shop. Now, going forward with this regulatory landscape, there's a lot going on in the European Union, and then more importantly, a lot for myself going on in the United Kingdom. And these provisions that are being put forward, all of this material is frightening. And there's so much of it. There's 27 pages on this one. There's another 150-page docket that I've been going through. And it's just scary. It doesn't benefit crypto holders to have something like this put in place. And America are really, and I have to say this, they're leading the charge when it comes to regulation, because this new stablecoin Genius Act bill that's going to be is coming. It's coming, just like the dragons in Game of Thrones. It's coming. It's something that is going to usher in a new breed of stablecoins, of stability and security, and one-to-one backing. For every dollar crypto asset that you have created, you must back that with $1 worth of assets behind the scenes. So all of this again is going to hopefully prevent all of these dramatic situations that have played out in the past, especially with the USTD peg that had a substantial effect on the market. This is going to lead to more transparency. It's going to lead to a more fine-tuned and fine-tailored environment for stablecoin providers. So really looking forward to this regulatory landscape coming in the US, but definitely not in the UK. I must admit, it's like everybody in Parliament is on a rowing boat. One guy's paddling the right way and everybody else is just dipping their oars in, dragging it down, saying maybe we should go up this stream, maybe we should go up that stream. There's warnings saying we shouldn't go up. It gets crazy at this point. So I have to say this, the US are definitely leading the charge when it comes to cryptocurrency adoption. And it's part of the reason why I set up LUNC in the United States, to be part of this new regulatory landscape. So we're looking at the Lunar Classic chart here. And again, it's point critical. I said in my last TNA that this area we're in at the moment is an area of undecisiveness. It's an area of uncertainty. And we really are unsure if we're going to be able to break out of this area. There's going to be a lot of pressure going downwards. And as I've said this, every time we make even the smallest leg up, we've gained new holders. The idea and concept is to hold as many of those new users as possible, is to keep as many of those new users on chain, to get them to move their assets from Binance, from MEXC, to bring them on chain, to stake them with a validator, to use and utilize different assets and tools and protocols and DApps and DEXs that are available. So when I say this is point critical, trust me, it's point critical, because what we've got is this push up. We've failed to break out, so we've moved back downwards, and now we're making what looks like our most recent second break upwards. The issue is this is our first area of resistance, and even worse now, this has been proven not just once, but twice here in the past. You've got a small area of resistance here just above. So getting out of this area is not going to be easy. And as BTC moves up, it's definitely down to the community. It's down to the content creators. It's down to validators to really go out there and do their job, show people their products, onboard new users, and really generate hype around this revival that's really getting itself in gear. And although there are things that you may or may not agree with on chain, you need to understand that you're not going to win every battle. You're not going to get your way. Not everybody thinks the same way that you do. People can team up. They can do all sorts of different things. The overall momentum here is very bullish. Everybody seems to want the best for the Lunar Classic ecosystem. And we've got this refined user base of everybody who's either working together, they're working on something, they're just trying to push the chain higher. There could be bad actors out there. We could see negative things unfold in the future, but ultimately right now it's looking pretty good. So hopefully we can get a break above this area. But again, getting out of this zone is going to be very hard. But if we do, and we get back up to this area and we get back on this trend line, it's going to be absolutely fabulous. Now going over, looking at XRP, it's looking great. It's got this very substantial bull flag that's playing out. And essentially, I think if we get a break out of this area, this moves up, if we get a confirmation, the settlement, everything goes through, the hype is generated, you're going to see a big influx into XRP itself. And the reason why I'm saying this is it's fresh money. It's not going to be begging from pool to pay P, or taking coins and profits from one area and simply putting them into another. This is just simply cycling the current total crypto market cap. Instead, XRP is going to bring in a huge influx of new users, new holders, financial institutions, banks, adoption. It's going to drive the next $1 trillion influx into the overall crypto market. And yeah, everything is going to benefit from this. BTC is looking absolutely beautiful. And we've got this area right now that essentially, if we can get above this, it's up, and away. We could get absolutely crazy here, and XRP could be the propellant for Q3 and Q4 of this year. Now, like I said, gold is currently looking like it wants to move up, but essentially, people might take profits. There might be a huge collapse in the price of gold in the next few weeks as things really do begin to settle down on a global scale. And I don't want to get into all of those different ins and outs. I'm just trying to give you a good perspective of the market, how I'm thinking, how I'm feeling. And the global conflict is honestly, we've never really seen a doomsday clock as close as it has been at this moment in time. Does that mean everything's going to go, up in the air? I really don't think so. I think we're going to be walking in to a time of peace. There is much more money to be made in times of peace than there is during war. Only a few certain sectors prosper and profit during the war. Everybody else simply gets themselves in debt. Now, going forward over the course of this weekend, guys, touch grass, but keep an eye on the charts. If there's opportunities out there, like I've been saying on the channel, you should probably go for them at this moment in time. I was saying to everybody so many times about how Punky's got a lot of power behind it. And this really is a meme coin that I am heavily convicted to, let's say, in the same way that I am with LUNC. And I have been. I've sold small amounts at those peaks, but a lot of it I've just been riding up. It's just profit. But during this area, I performed a substantial amount of dollar cost averaging. And now we've got this breakout of this falling trend line. It's looking good. This is, again, somewhere where you can look for the short-term gains. If you're looking to make a few $100 off a couple $100, then this might be something for you. It might be something that you could maybe take a look at. Is this me giving you financial advice? No, but I'm trying to diversify things. I'm looking at the equivalent of really an S&P 500, but in crypto, something that really indexes a lot of different things together. And you can simply just invest in that one cryptocurrency asset. Diversifying is not easy, and that's definitely a good way to go by it. But from my perspective, you should have some blue chips, you should have some BTC, you should have some XRP, you should really have a few meme coins that do have the potential of going absolutely crazy, but you should only really ever invest a couple $100. These low cap meme coins really do have the potential to go absolutely wild and provide you with a 10,000% gain. It's possible, it happens. We did this with Ponky previously. So over the course of the weekend, like I said, guys, touch grass, go out, do some stuff, have a good time, but do pay attention to the crypto charts because you're not going to want to be the guy that missed this part of the halving cycle. And I really do think, going just quickly here at the end, we're in that area. We are in between hump 1 and hump 2. And this could be the next substantial run before we do see a very dramatic cool off, as we have seen with every other halving cycle behind this. But look, guys, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware. And I'm going to catch you in the next one.